G'day, this is J4 here. We're about a week out from the Sydney leg of the Halo World Championship qualifiers, 9th to the 11th of March, ESL Studios in Sydney. All the links are in the description below, so you can find all the details that you need about that. If you've got any questions, down below, I'll answer them all. But what I wanted to talk about was ANZ Halo and why it's more important than ever to be involved. We're by far the smallest region for just about everything, but especially Halo. There's no denying that Halo has tumbled in popularity. Will we ever see the same heights? Anything can happen, but for right now, for those of us that are still here and our passion for this game, it's critical that we get involved in whatever capacity that we can. 2017 was a terrible year for ANZ Halo. Every cup and tournament was online, including regionals. We had one spot for Worlds, and once Immunity got spanked again and sent home, we had zero support for the region. There wasn't anything on the horizon, no rumours, no chatter of what was to come. But thankfully, some members of the community decided to step up and try to breathe some life into our region. Ads and Benno with OHL and Lunchy and Evan with Halo Australia. Rather than bitch and moan about why Halo 5 sucks, or how the game is dead, or 343 doesn't care about us or Halo, bring back Bungie, all of that garbage, they went out and did something. And it takes a special kind of person to invest their time and money and get no tangible return out of it other than what enjoyment they get out of playing Halo in the community. And it inspired me to step up my involvement in the scene. And it's eventually led me to the point of starting my own organisation. It was the OHL and Halo Australian LANs that kept ANZ Halo going. Grassroots stuff. It really reminded me before ESL, before MLG, or big sponsors. It was just a community getting together in whatever space that we could find, which is what Halo was always meant to me. Getting together with friends, having a good time, the yelling, the tangle of power cords and Ethernet cables and the smell of nerdy BO. And 343 took notice. They were really supportive of what we were trying to do. And I honestly can't think of any other communities in the world that were putting on Halo LANs. Can you think of one? We really showed 343 that there was still a lot of passion for Halo in our region. And I strongly believe that it was the OHL and two Halo Australian LANs that got us this developer-supported LAN in Sydney. Of course, all region support was increased, so it'd be naive of me to think that we can claim all the credit for that. But I think it would be stupid to think that what we did for our region wasn't talked about or considered when the discussions went down about what was going to happen for the future of Halo, especially for our region. And that's what brings me to this LAN. God, this is a long video. I apologize, but it's important to put these things into perspective. This is the LAN that we wanted. What we were crying for. The amount of shit slinging that was going on early in 2017 was crazy. People were so angry about the state of Halo. And I don't blame them. I was angry too. Ad said recently that it isn't our job to save Halo and build the community. He's right. It's not up to us. The LAN is a start, and 343 needs to keep investing in us by creating an awesome game, content to back it up, and then amazing events, for us to go to. But it's also our responsibility to participate in any way that we can. If we showed them there was demand for it last year by playing in the OHL, by attending the Melbourne and Brisbane LANs. Now 343 is supplying. That's how businesses work, supply and demand. If the demand dies, what do you think happens to the supply? Yes, we need investment in the scene. It's not all on us. It really isn't. But the thing is that just because it's somebody else's responsibility to quote unquote save Halo doesn't mean that you shouldn't step up and do something about it. Which is the entire point of this video. I encourage every single supporter and player to get involved in this LAN in Sydney next weekend. No matter what your skill level. It doesn't matter if you don't have a team. Play in the FFA. Just come and spectate. If you play and you get destroyed, that's the nature of competitive games. And winning is important. No denying it. But LANs are so much more than that. It's about being around friends and other players who love the same game that you do. And there is nothing more infectious than the energy that you feel when you're at a live event. And maybe that energy will push you to practice and want to do well at the next one. Maybe you'll start playing in the cups. Maybe you'll start watching more Halo streamers or YouTubers or following organizations or other players in our region. Now, there's always debate around people who can't, won't, or don't want to attend these events, and it's always a personal thing. And there is never one answer or a rule for the reasons people can or cannot attend. There's a whole host of different reasons you may not be able to come. And if you have a reason, that's cool. Life goes on. But if you're someone that spoke out during the Halo drought of 2017, begging for a LAN, and are perfectly capable of coming, is either a player or a supporter, get off your ass, sign up, and come to the LAN. If you have work and they won't give you time off, that sucks. Some jobs are more flexible than others. But also think about all those sickies that you faked to stay home and sleep in. Maybe binge watch some Netflix. Or if you have school. As long as mum and dad are cool with it. It's one day off. One day off high school isn't gonna make you a failure. Trust me. And for the uni students out there, stop kidding yourselves. A year at TAFE and then 5 years of uni. And we both know that unless you've got an exam or an assignment due, that you've put off study for a lot less than a weekend of Halo. In fact, I bet every uni student watching this decided at least once in the last week that taking a nap was essential before starting your study. And if you deny it, you're lying, or you're a first year in your first semester and you think it's critical to turn up to every single lecture, take notes, and have 100% attendance. Give it another couple of years, you'll understand that napping is a big part of uni. So if you can, put it off, come down to the LAN. Of course, I'm half joking. End of the day, everyone's got their own life commitments. You know, Halo's an old game, so there's a lot of people that have, moved on. They're in their 30s and they have families and all that sort of stuff. And that's more important than coming to watch or play some Halo. I get it. I got a wife. I got a full-time job. All that kind of stuff. I get it. Don't worry, any reasonable person will understand. So just do what you can from home. Turn the stream on. Talk on Twitter. Talk on Facebook. Show some support for your favourite players or your friends that are still involved in the scene, even if you've moved on. And to anyone that wants to say this stuff doesn't matter or make a difference, Halo was built on this stuff. Word of mouth and the butterfly effect. I'm willing to bet that every player got started with couch co-op with a friend or a sibling. And then heard some friends talking about it in school. And then all of a sudden they're playing 2v2s or 4-player free-for-all after school or on the weekend. And then it turned into 8. And then it turned into 16 and you went into a garage. And you're playing until the early hours of the night and your neighbours have called the cops on you because you're making too much noise. And then you went to a local event. And then at the local event you heard about MLG. And you learn about pro teams, Final Boss, Instinct, Straight Rippin'. Doesn't matter, you started hearing about these things and it just escalates from there. And it all starts off with a simple thing like coming home and your brother who had worked at a supermarket saved up his money, bought an Xbox and said, Justin, do you want to come play this new game called Halo? That's where I am now. So don't think for a second that the little stuff doesn't matter. Because it does. Anyone that tells you otherwise is wrong. Alright? Take it from me. I'm the utmost expert on life. All the links that you need for the event will be in the description. ESL Studios in Sydney, March 9th to the 11th. FFA, 4v4. Spectate. Doesn't matter. And if you can't come, jump in the streams. Support the people in the community. Can't stress enough how important this event is. And a lot of people will say a video like this won't make a difference. Maybe it won't. But maybe there's that one person out there that's still sitting on the fence going, yeah, I was thinking about coming. And maybe you're looking up tickets now. One person extra buys a spectator ticket, I'll be happy. I'm going regardless. If you come and you saw this video, ask to stroke my beard. That way I know you watched it to the end. Anyway, guys, this video's gone on way too long. I'll see you next time.